In the eclectic world of 1990s alternative music, one band stood out for its unique blend of jazz, swing, and roots revival, the Squirrel Nut Zippers. Best known for their 1996 hit Hell, the North Carolina-based group became unlikely stars during the swing revival movement, mixing old-time instrumentation with modern flair. But just as memorable as their quirky sound was their equally quirky name. How exactly did a band end up being called Squirrel Nut Zippers? The story is as offbeat and charming as the music itself. Formed in 1993 in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, the band included Jimbo Mathis, Catherine Whalen, Tom Maxwell, and Ken Mosher among its core members. As they honed their fusion of jazz, blues, swing, and folk, they needed a name that reflected their playful spirit and unconventional approach. Inspiration came from an unlikely source, a vintage candy. The Squirrel Nut Zipper was a popular peanut and caramel candy bar first created in the 1920s by the Squirrel Brand Company in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Known for its chewy texture and sweet, nutty flavor, the candy had endured as a nostalgic treat for decades. For the band, the name carried an old-timey charm that perfectly suited their retro-inspired sound. By adopting it, they linked themselves to the nostalgic Americana they celebrated in their music. But the candy wasn't the only influence. The phrase nut zipper had also been slang during the Prohibition era, reportedly used to describe a strong alcoholic drink. This double meaning added to the humor and layered personality of the band's name. It was cheeky, fun, and slightly mysterious, qualities that mirrored their offbeat style. By calling themselves Squirrel Nut Zippers, the band paid homage to vintage culture while also making sure they would stand out in the crowded alternative scene of the 1990s. The name also fit their aesthetic of combining the serious musicianship of jazz and swing with a wink of self-aware humor. Just as their music was both authentic and playful, the name was both nostalgic and odd. It was easy to remember, hard to forget, and carried a flavor of the unexpected, exactly what the band wanted their music to do. Their breakthrough came with the release of Hot in 1996, which featured Hell, a darkly comic swing number that became a surprise radio and MTV hit. Suddenly, Squirrel Nut Zippers were charting alongside grunge, alt-rock, and hip-hop acts, bringing Prohibition-era jazz and swing to mainstream audiences. Their unusual name, rooted in candy and Prohibition slang, only amplified their mystique. Fans were curious, and the band leaned into the eccentricity, proving that a strange name could be an asset rather than a liability. Even after the peak of the swing revival faded, the Squirrel Nut Zippers remained active, their name continuing to evoke curiosity and nostalgia. It perfectly encapsulated their identity, a mix of sweetness and bite, tradition and irreverence, past and present. Few band names managed to embody a group's music so well, but Squirrel Nut Zippers succeeded by choosing something both whimsical and deeply rooted in American cultural history. Ultimately, the story of their name reflects the essence of the band itself. Just as they revived old styles and made them new again, they took a forgotten candy and Prohibition slang and spun them into something iconic. The Squirrel Nut Zippers showed the world that sometimes the best band names are the ones that make you smile, scratch your head, and never forget what you've heard.